Polkadot is exploding with billions of dollars in new market cap, and everyone's wondering, how high can this protocol disruptor fly in 2021? Today, we're going to be talking about the astronomical heights that Polkadot could achieve in this next 12 to 18 month cycle, and which projects within the Polkadot network you should be looking at to have absolutely transformative 100x or more gains. Polkadot and the projects within it could be the key to absolutely life-changing wealth. If you guys are excited to hear about DOT and all of the magical treasures within the Polkadot ecosystem, then destroy that like button, and remember, as always, each and every comment on this video is entered to win your very own Ledger Nano S. My name's Elio Trades, and every day here on the channel, we identify the most undervalued coins in the market. So if you guys are interested in finding the absolute maximum amount of gains that can be found here in cryptocurrency, then make sure you subscribe. With that said, let's dive in. If you're like me, you've probably been looking at the Polkadot price explode, now upwards of $8.2 billion in market cap, and it's been on an absolute tear. If we can see, this chart has just been absolutely explosive. Now, to truly understand Polkadot and why it's so explosive, you need to understand what the protocol seeks to achieve. So we're going to explain first what Polkadot is, how it works, and why there are some absolutely staggering, potentially once-in-a-lifetime opportunities that will be presenting themselves in early 2021, or even now. First and foremost, you need to know how Polkadot works. Polkadot is not just one blockchain, but it's a series of blockchains that all connect and talk to each other. They do this for scalability and to essentially prevent against clogging the network, which has been a problem on Bitcoin and Ethereum that leads to exorbitant fees and very slow transaction times. Now, what Polkadot actually does is allows for there to be a ton of different blockchains. Each project has its own blockchain, to be precise. There is the Polkadot father chain, if you will, the top chain, which is called the relay chain, and then there are the parachains. There will be a finite number of parachains that will start low at genesis and increase over time. This is important to understand, is that you can't just create a parachain. You actually have to lease one, like a piece of land, and there's a finite amount of parachains. Now, if you're following the dots here, you'll probably start to understand that getting your hands on a parachain will be an incredibly valuable proposition that will give certain projects a huge opportunity, a huge head start and advantage. So understanding who's going to get a parachain and understanding where the real value is within the Polkadot network will help you predict and understand which projects within this ecosystem have the highest likelihood of absolutely staggering and mind-bending gains in the next year. Now that you understand a little bit about Polkadot, let's talk about its founder, Gavin, who actually was a co-founder of Ethereum. He's the one who wrote Ethereum's coding language Solidity. He released the yellow paper defining the EVM, the Ethereum virtual machine, which is, of course, the runtime system for smart contracts. And he also served as Ethereum founder's first CTO. Then he left eventually to form Polkadot because he believed that Polkadot would fulfill a higher purpose here in the blockchain industry. Polkadot has been in production since 2016, and it's just starting to see the light of day, and it couldn't come at a more necessary time. Now, it's important to realize that Polkadot is not here to destroy or kill Ethereum like the ETH killers of past. Polkadot is actually here to interoperate with and offload transactions from Ethereum. This is a tremendously advantageous approach when compared to things like EOS and Tron, which pledged to kill Ethereum and essentially steal the network, whereas Polkadot is trying to enhance the network. Now, we've said this on the channel in the video yesterday, trying to avoid the Ethereum network effect is an absolute suicide mission here for blockchain projects. Every project needs to tap in to the developer base, to the investor base, and to the monetary network effect that is Ethereum if they want to have success. And that's what's so exciting about Polkadot, is that they're doing that. They're tapping into what already exists and building it and making it better. Polkadot is obviously the most expensive of all the Polkadot projects. This is the relay chain, and this is arguably the most important coin and project in the entire Polkadot space, and that is the DOT token, sitting here at number 6 in the top 10. Now, the second chain that you should be aware of is Kusama, KSM. Now, Kusama is down here at rank 44, but it is the canary network, and while Polkadot chains will be extremely limited, Kusama and their parachains on Kusama will be far less limited. And so as this ecosystem matures, it's quite likely that a lot of projects will end up on Kusama either before they go to Polkadot or permanently because Polkadot might be too expensive or an improper fit for that project. In my mind, and many others, clearly, given its $628 million market cap and its explosive growth over 2020, the reality is that Kusama is looking like one of the most integral secondary parts of the Polkadot ecosystem that will support a significant amount of development, innovation, and who knows, maybe some of the best uses of the Polkadot network will come from Kusama. There are certainly types of projects that are already favoring Kusama and their path to launch on Kusama over Polkadot, as Polkadot, like I said, is more costly, more political, and it will be much more limited to get a spot on Polkadot. Both Kusama and Polkadot were on my God tier coins list for a reason, because they are the most critical aspects of the Polkadot ecosystem. Kusama is sitting here at $69, pushing its way closer and closer to $100. Mind you, over the course of this year, Kusama went from just $1 earlier this year up to now $70 and climbing. And seeing it pull another 20x from here is almost, in my mind, guaranteed if we keep these bullish conditions. $1,000 Kusama to me is not staggering. In fact, I would expect it. It might even get so crazy that you see something wild like a $5,000 or $10,000 Kusama before this cycle matures. And now let's look at a talk given by Gav of York, or Gavin Wood himself, identifying some very interesting projects within the Polkadot network. The first is Akala. Now, Akala is not out yet, so if you see any Akala tokens, it's a scam. But Akala is one of the most anticipated projects and hyped projects here on the Polkadot network. It calls itself a decentralized finance hub and stablecoin platform powering cross-blockchain liquidity and applications. It's essentially one of the leading tips of the spear of Polkadot DeFi, and for a lot of reasons, it's being highly anticipated. So look for Akala to not only secure a parachain slot, and by the way, I haven't talked about this, but the parachain auctions are in Q1 of 2020, at least the first round of them. And once you start seeing projects secure parachains, and I do believe Akala will be one of them, they will be one to watch, as that real estate is highly, highly limited. And as Polkadot continues to build that FOMO around its amazing use case, the reality is that projects like Akala, who secure parachains, are going to most likely have some pretty insane and frothy upward volatility. I would expect Akala to perform absolutely insanely in 2021. Another project that I'm looking at that's far less talked about is Fala Network. If we refer back to this image of Gavin Wood, you can see that Fala Network is also on the list. And Fala Network is actually a familiar coin on this channel, as we've covered it. I think we were one of the first people to cover it back in September. Fala is actually the privacy layer here on Polkadot, allowing for you to send interchain transactions with complete privacy. You can actually see Gavin Wood chiming in here on some progress from Fala. And if we click into this, what we see is that Fala is actually working on a demo here where they send Akala tokens cross-chain. You can see that they're using Fala Network to mask transactions as they come across the Polkadot testnet Rococo. And you see here that they're actually sending Akala across chain with a completely private transaction. And Gavin Wood, of course, is saying good work here. And you can see he doesn't really shout out that many projects here. So it's important to realize that getting a nod and getting acknowledgement on their work from Gavin Wood himself is very important. And we can read between the lines here that Fala may be in pole position with their privacy technology, being a first mover on Polkadot. And as you can see on the website here, they've won 2 Web3 grants, once in 2019 and once in 2020. So they're clearly a favorite here of the Web3 Foundation. And here, looking at their market cap of just $13 million, understanding that Polkadot's market cap is 8.2 billion and Kusama's is here at 628 million. Not that they're direct competitors or really that comparable, but just understanding that there, in my mind, is a ton of room for Fala Network to grow here at this $13 million market cap. Now, again, looking back at this image, we see another project being shouted out called Chainx. Is an interesting project that I happen to love because they're doing something that is absolutely critical for DeFi, which is bridging assets into the Polkadot network. What they're doing specifically is focusing on bridging Bitcoin into the Polkadot network, and they've already bridged over $100 million worth of Bitcoin into the network. PCX or Chainx is one of the first movers in the entire Polkadot ecosystem and has been heralded by many other Polkadot projects as a pioneer and an example example of what a top Polkadot project should be. The best comparable for this project is actually Ren here, which is the bridge between Bitcoin and Ethereum, and Ren has almost a $300 million market cap, easily a 10x over PCX. And so ChainX, in my mind, not only getting shouted out here by Gavin Wood, but has a tremendous amount of room to grow based on market cap and price analysis. I also believe that they'll be in a fantastic position to get their own Polkadot relay chain in the future. The reality is that there's many projects here on Polkadot that stand to do some insane gains in 2021, especially as these Polkadot parachain auctions start to take place in Q1. Sora XOR is definitely one to watch. So is Darwinia Network and their Ring token. If you want to look at a complete list of the Polkadot ecosystem projects, you can click on the little dot ecosystem tab. Now, mind you, this isn't the actual complete list of Polkadot projects, but it will give you a sense of certain Polkadot projects that have been listed here on CoinGecko. You'll notice Chainlink is going to secure a parachain slot as well. Same with Ocean Protocol, another favorite of the channel. We also have Edgeware, Anchor, Sora, Polkastarter, MXC, ChainX, Acropolis, and more. And also pay special attention to Aria Robotics Network. The reality is that there are a ton of projects within this ecosystem that you should be paying attention to. And staying at the forefront of the Polkadot ecosystem is something that I'll be doing for you, because I believe that the Polkadot ecosystem could be one of the biggest and most transformative gainers of 2021. So there you have it, Polkadot, an innovative new disruptor protocol that's rapidly filling the void for ETH competitors, but it's not really a competitor at all. In fact, it makes Ethereum better. We're also looking at Kusama, which a 20x out of Kusama next year would not surprise me. In fact, I'd be looking for some absolutely staggering growth out of Kusama. More importantly, being laser focused on the coins that can secure their own parachain auction slot, that will be absolutely one of the biggest indicators of FOMO-inducing growth, whether it's Akala, Phala, Darwinia, Sora, and more. There are a ton of amazing projects taking root on the Polkadot network, and those projects could grow by orders of magnitude. 100x in these projects is absolutely plausible, given the massive and global FOMO that will be taking place across the world, the predictability high gas fees that will start to infect Ethereum, and the desire for something that works with the existing amazing growth of the Ethereum network, but also allows it to grow even further and faster. For that reason, I believe that getting into this Polkadot ecosystem early could be absolutely a transformative, wealth-building, and life-changing opportunity. I certainly hope that this video has piqued your interest about Polkadot or given you an even deeper and more nuanced understanding of what's going to happen. If it did, do me a favor and give me a thumbs up. It's a free and easy way to support the channel. If you guys like learning about the most undervalued opportunities in the entire crypto space, then subscribe to this channel. It's a completely free and easy way to get ahead of the market. And you can look back at the videos that we've made this year as we've called some of the biggest and most transformative shifts and some of the most incredible altcoin gems in the entire market, in the entire space. And here on December 31st of 2020, at the end of an absolutely historic and volatile year, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you who have participated in the Elio Trades community, as you've made this one of the best years of my life, and I certainly hope I've been able to give some value back to you guys. With that said, I've never been more motivated or excited to help bring knowledge to the cryptocurrency industry, and I'll be coming with my best content yet in 2021. If you want to follow me on Twitter or Telegram, the links for those are in the description. With that said, thank you so much for watching. My name's Elio Trades, and I'll see you all in 2021.